So I started a saltwater fish tank with corals, and I never thought it would be this easy. So I have one fish. He's a goby. He's paired up with the pistol shrimp that's down here. He might come out during this video. But I have a bunch of corals that I never thought that I'd be able to keep. And especially this gold tip hammer coral that I have right here. Absolutely beautiful colors. It shows better in person. And they're actually gold in person. But this is a very healthy tank, very easy tank that I have, and I spend about 20 or 30 minutes a week on this. So you want to get into saltwater fish. I also wanted to get into saltwater fish until I found out that I can have some success in corals. I started off with, this is my first ever zoanthid, all the way back there. Very beautiful colors. Pretty common, but whatever. I got some green star polyps. Everything is starting to close up right now because I just had the lights off, but I turned them back on really quick for this video. That was my first coral. I was very worried about it. I was a little concerned, but it grew with the tank, and it's been doing great. Zoanthids are pretty easy. They're very common. It's a type of soft coral. So if you don't know, you got your soft corals, then you got like your LPS corals, as in this gold tip hammer coral and this candy cane coral up here. Then you got your SPS coral, which is kind of like that bony kind of skeleton corals that you see and you're like, that's kind of boring. It doesn't really, I'm kind of getting into those, but I like the LPS and the soft corals more. They have way more color, I think. There's some SPS out there that are just beautiful, but for me, I've had some success with the LPS and the soft corals. And I feel like if I get a SPS coral, I'm going to kill it, and I don't want to kill it. If you don't know, this is a BioCube 16-gallon. It's a smaller tank, but I think it's perfect. This is an all-in-one system. It has the filtration built into the back. This is a separate heater that I bought, but there's a little spot for it here. And so this is the media rack. This is kind of like, I got some filter floss right here. This is for like bigger debris that gets trapped. And this is your media, which I also have some filter floss on top of it so you can't see any of the media. But this is a basic LED system that's programmable that I have running every single day for roughly 8 or 9 hours a day. Right now, this has to be my favorite coral. This is a mushroom coral. It's like a rock with a bunch of different mushrooms. I don't know the exact name for it. They all have different names. And then this is the gold tip hammer coral, which I also love. This guy is also gorgeous as well. But these are moderately priced corals. Not too crazy. I would go ahead and I would get you some green star polyp, which is these back here. Mine are all closed up right now, but they look better when they're opened up. And go ahead and get you some zoanthids. I'm at a weird angle right now because I have to charge my phone, but I started this tank right after I turned 20, which was about 2 or 3 months ago, and I've had a lot of success with this tank. I think if you can keep zoanthids or green star polyps, you can keep mushrooms, and I think if you can keep mushrooms, I think you can go ahead and try out an LPS coral. That's kind of how I went, because I mean, if you can't have, so there's Aiptasia, which is a pest anemone. It's still a coral, but if you can't have like even stuff like that growing in your tank, you're not going to have any luck with growing anything in your tank. There's a lot of live rock in the tank, and it's actually live rock. It's not dry rock that you buy from a store. It's live rock that I bought from my fish store that was sitting in water with copepods and little organisms, beneficial stuff for the tank to get me started. I didn't cycle this tank at all. I jumped straight into it, and I eased my way with the corals because, you know, with the hammer coral and some other stuff, they need more stable, you know, kind of parameters. So within the first month and a half, I got everything stable, everything happy I got a nice little routine going that allowed me to keep the tank even more stable, and that allowed me to try out some other harder corals. But don't just jump into it and, you know, get a crazy coral, because I mean, you might kill it, you might not. But I just eased my way into it, and I got more difficult corals along the way, and that's just how I did. But I don't want you to be discouraged. I want you to have confidence, and I want you to at least try to keep a coral, because I was like, man, I can't keep a coral. That thing is gonna die. Corals are so hard. That's what everybody makes it seem. But like, I'm just your average Joe, and I just started this with, I mean, some knowledge, you know, some knowledge. There's so much more to learn. But I don't dose in this tank. I do a water change every 1 or 2 weeks. It's a gallon or two water change, depending on how much I feed, what's going on. You know, like, I kind of like know my tank at this point. So, you know, and there's not a lot going on in this tank. But like I said, I have one fish in this tank that's a goby. And I got some other little snails and hermit crabs that kind of keep the algae down off the rocks. I don't care about the glass. I'll clean the glass, but I'm not cleaning those rocks. So, but you can have a lot of success with a very simple setup. You don't need crazy salts. I use Instant Ocean reef crystals. You don't need any. Just keep your salinity stable. Just buy a preset heater, which is mine is set at like 78 degrees. And just don't jump the gun on certain things. Like, when you see something wrong, don't immediately start switching stuff up. You need to really think and figure out why you have that issue. For instance, I had a little bit of cyanobacteria in this tank. I didn't freak out. I didn't jump the gun. I kind of let it ride. I siphoned a little bit of it out. I fed less. I lowered my light a little bit, and it was gone. And I haven't seen it since. But my pistol shrimp did help me out a little bit. He buried some of it. He ruffled up the sand, and I think that definitely helped. But, I mean, you're going to have little, you know, jumps and, you know, obstacles. But I don't think I just got lucky with this tank. I just got a lot of live rock. I kept stable water parameters, decent lighting, and that's really it. And I've had a lot of success. So if you're new to this hobby and you're like, man, I kind of want corals, just go for it. Just do what I said. Get some simple corals and go down the line. You know, if you can keep this coral, you can keep this coral. If you can keep this coral, you can keep this coral. If this coral dies, don't get this coral. So it's pretty as simple as that. But follow me for updates on this beautiful tank that I have. It's gorgeous. I got this orange filter so you guys can see the color. But as simple as can be, I never thought that I can keep anything like this, and it's been working perfectly.